Hey, this is Dave coming at you from Pontiac, Michigan, Northeast Pontiac, Michigan. I'm just doing the update on the house that we did. I didn't have too many videos leading up to this point just because it was such a hard job to get through with everything that we had going on. But here's the finished product. I know that some people might be waiting for the finished video. That's why I figured I'd do it. I was busy just onto another project, but I figured I'd stop in here just to show what we got done and how it turned out. But this was where we had all those ugly cracks and we had the sinking floor sagging in here, and so now we decided to still go with a window, even though it's a little bit more expensive on the door. We painted the front door a nice, like a bluish color that goes nice with the red, and we got the floor in, so now instead of having a terrible crack here, you know, it's just it's a nice threshold that's raised up a little bit. It's a nice solid door, so we're glad that turned out good. And you know, and plus it's good because when I'm doing work like this, since now that my son's working with me, it's really important to me and Steve and everybody that I like to teach people the stuff. I know that I'm getting older and they're kind of getting into it, so as the guy that taught me said, that I'm on the way out and they're on the way in, so I might as well teach them as much as I can. But yeah, we got this all done. Justin's getting really good at putting all the trim in. I wasn't involved in this at all. He just did it all. And then all three of us were involved in this floor, because this floor, even though we jacked it up, we did some finished leveling. When you're using these 24 tiles, thanks to Sam Dallas, by the way, appreciate it with the tiles. He gave me, well, I bought it from him, but he had like 450 square feet of tile, and I think we used about 225. It came out to about half. It was about half, at 225 square feet of this. So I basically still have enough tile to do another floor of this size, which is great, and it pretty much matches everything. We think that it's like an olive color. Hopefully the video does it justice, but we got the stove and the refrigerator in. Let me turn the light on here. And remember, when we first got this house back from my past tenant, the wall ended to basically where that stove is, and then this was out in the open. And I'm not a big fan of closing up a space, but in this case, there was no place for anything. This was the only countertop space you got. So we reused the sink. We scrubbed it down really good. The sink's good, the faucet's new, countertops are new. I found a new countertop guy that's out of Flushing that did a good job. I was able to do the schematics over the phone, just take a text picture of the blueprints of it, and then he just built them for me, and he did this, like this, even the nice half, you know. And so we got the cabinets at Menards, but this basically gives you the microwave above, which frees up the counter space. What are you gonna do? You're gonna do the dishes there, and before, you wouldn't even have a place to put a microwave at all. I guess you could get like a stand, but I figured adding this wall, it adds all this cabinetry. And we put the 12s on the side, that way you don't have the appliance on it always looks bad when you got the appliance right up against the wall, so we encapsulated it in there. We did this floor, so when we jacked this up, this floor was so bad that even though we jacked it up, we still had some funky stuff going on where this floor just took a nosedive. Well, it was such a bad nosedive, basically from here, about a, I don't know, 30-inch to 24-inch span, it's about a half-inch dive. It just, whatever, the whole house was so heavy. Even though it straightened up the house, I think it came from like just this joist or whatever, but we ended up just saying, screw it, we'll just like float Hardy, we did like a bed set of mortar, let that dry, and then we put Hardy backer down and made sure it was flat and level across, which stepped this up. And then that's a piece of red oak that I milled from my forest where I'm doing a house build, and it's kind of cool. That came from a tree that I milled, that threshold piece. It's nice and heavy duty. It's not going anywhere. It's glued and screwed in there. Anytime we ever get the house back, we'll probably just, worst case scenario, we just have to sand it real quick, put a nice coat of urethane back on it, and it's set in there. And so, well, this is like the boring stuff, but we didn't do too much in the bathroom. We didn't remodel it, but whenever man, someone was killing the bathroom. That was a full roll. That's just people coming to look at it for renting. Holy cow. Anyways, geez almighty, what's going on in here? But we got this we just, whenever we have a bathroom that's still kind of rough, we just accessorize. Like I put the floor mat there, this, I got like a soap dispenser, that, all this stuff, like that's $4, $5, you know, $10. You throw about 80 bucks at it, you can make a bathroom look really nice. This was all nasty. Justin put a nice coat of brown paint. I redid the light. I redid the fan. The fan was all messed up, so I had to get like a new motor, and it was ugly, but we got that done. Everything else in here is existing, so nothing exciting in the bathroom. And then my carpet guy, he came out. They don't call him quick carpet for nothing. I called him on like a Monday. He came on a Tuesday. Knocked the carpet out real quick in this room. Same thing in this room. This is a nice big spacious. I think when it's all said and done, I think this is one of the best rental houses I have as far as just like the square footage in the area. So I'm happy. I think we worked on this house for 3.5 months, maybe 4. I mean, I'm probably getting you guys dizzy spinning around like this. Let's see. All right, so then this kitchen coming in here. I want to show people more of the work we do, but sometimes we get so, like these rental houses, it's insane. You have to think of so many things when you're doing them. You're going to be thinking, you're going to be doing carpentry, plumbing, electrical, tile. Like sometimes it just all gets blended into one day. Then you have a bunch of clutter, like we had this room. And this floor is shiny. We actually cleaned it really good. We didn't sand it or anything. You just put a clear coat of urethane on it. I know it's not the right way to do it, but if you just clear coat a floor, look at that nice shine. It makes it look new. You still have all the scratches and stuff in it, but you know, unfortunately, it's just the reality of it. It's just going to get trashed again, or people aren't going to take that good care of it. These blinds here, guaranteed the next time I get a vacancy, I'll have to just replace them all. You just always have to replace the blinds. So it's just one of those things. It's just part of the business. But anyways, and then, yeah, we're getting about 7 minutes here. Let me wrap this up soon. But let me get down in here. I'll show you what we did here. They must have chipped the tile. And that's right here. This is a good example of, if you can, why are these lights pulled off? Huh. Someone must have just pulled the pull chains when they could just flip this. But that's right here. I have 2 spots, how you do it and how you not do it. This is how you don't do tile. Don't bring tile to the outside edge of a stair with the metal track. Don't ever do that. That's just not good. And then, never mind that crack. I don't know why that happened. They must not have put enough mortar there, but we're not fixing this. This is a stairwell that goes down in the basement. But this right here, they taped it. You can feel down here, it's definitely broke and busted. I was planning on just doing like a piece of white duct tape across there. But anyways, this is the right way you do it. You basically, this is another piece from the forest. You end your tile shy, and you end it shy. And like we ended it way shy. We wanted it just to be back in here under the casing. And then what I did is this is 3/4 and then this is 3/4. I just put a piece of 3/4 on here, like a 3/4 by 1 inch deep. And then I just half rounded it with my router, sanded it really good, urethaned it. This is as hard as a rock. No one's gonna damage this track. No one's gonna damage this tile because you're still flat before you get to the edge. This is how you would want to do it in custom homes or anything. Anyone that thinks it's okay to put a metal track on an outside corner like that needs to reevaluate what they're doing. Anyways, let me go down here. This is kind of weird that they just pulled the light switch. You could just leave these on all the time, really. What else? There's another one right here. I must have burned out, or I don't know who's turning those off. Oh, this is something that we never finished. Justin's got the paint, and I just told him whenever he's got some free time, I want to keep my video positive, so I won't say anything at all about the glass block guy. Let's just leave it at that. I won't say anything about it. But we got this done. We got this painted a nice slate gray. The basement definitely has a vibe of being much drier down here since we did this. It rained really bad one day after we did it, and we are still getting a little bit of moisture, but the good news is this sump pump was overflowing, and so we put this in. This is how we did this. I left this last, even though it was raining and water started coming out. I actually brought my temp pump and I just pumped it into the city. But, you know, I want to get this painted before we put all the mechanical on there because you don't want to be painting all around this. So I actually added a box here just to have a GFI plug here. Then over here, technically they're saying it has to have a GFI, but the old code used to be as long as it's an isolated plug, because if this is on a GFI, do you really want this tripping? Any sense of that neutral being sensed to wrong measurement returning on the neutral? That's going to trip. It just would. So I don't believe in that. I figure that as long as it's an isolated one, no one should be messing with that, and you don't have another opportunity to plug into another one. So this is what the code used to be. I think they might be saying that everything has to be a GFI or in a basement and stuff, but I still think that that's the better way to go. So then you know your basement's not flooding. And even if you got, you know, it's like, keep your kids away from the plugs in the basement. So what else do we have here? We have the rough-in for the bathroom, like I said. That's just going to be there forever, and hopefully some tenants don't snap them in the concrete. You never know. That's probably from an old oil thing. We just left it because we don't want to get into environmental stuff, cut that, and then oil starts seeping into the house. We got this raised up. We got this set in nice. I went ahead and just lead pinned this down to sturdy it up. Justin replaced the thermocouple in there. We kept sanding it a couple times. I'm like, let's just get a new one. Sometimes sanding them will do it, but in this case, that one just needed a new thermocouple. So we got that done. All mechanics just sit here. I'm glad that we raised the curb up, and that's pretty much it. We've come a long way on this house. If some of you've seen in my earlier videos, we were a neck deep in this stuff down here. We had tons of clay. It was awful. But we got through it. What else we have? Ooh, is that oh, that's just, I thought there was like a speed square there or something that I forgot. And then we got the beam. That was the main thing. This is where it all started, is just getting this beam in here and getting these new stanchion poles in. But yeah, that's the update. This is what it turned out. It turned out really good. We didn't really do too much stuff outside, so it's not worth covering. The garage is pretty much clean. Nice clean garage here. And yeah, and then I hate to do this, but like just being in Pontiac and stuff, see this right here? I don't even care if anyone sees it here. I prefer to put these in the doors like that and just give it a little kick at the bottom. And then they'd have to break out the hinge side. That right there just keeps the honest people honest. Leaving all this stuff for the new tenant. Garage door works real good. We just oiled it up real good. Got rid of the squeaks on that. And then I just grabbed all the clutter from this house and brought it to the other house, and now that house is kind of cluttered, so that's the way it goes. All right, that's the update. I'm gonna get out of here. I got some stuff to do, and I appreciate everyone watching my videos, and I just keep putting them out and just keep trying to show everyone what I'm doing, and maybe I can teach some stuff along the way. All right, this is Dave signing off.